Hey, John.
What's up, Michael? How are you, man?
I am good.
So today I wanted to kind of open up the topic on if somebody maybe answered the phone, enrolled in a plan, and now they're having buyer's remorse, if you will, and they think they picked the wrong plan.
That never happens.
Yeah. Or their doctors, they find out the doctors don't take that particular plan. Maybe their drugs aren't covered very well, and maybe it was a phone enrollment. Maybe they did it online. Who knows?
Yeah.
What can they do about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, there's a handful of things that they can do to remedy that. Most often, it involves some kind of a special election period, which we have right now. So why don't you kind of go into that and explain what we could do to fix that right now?
So some states, mainly down here in Louisiana, we have a couple special election periods for some of the plans because we had a government shutdown and our governor declared it a state of emergency. Some of the companies are allowing us to change plans through the end of the year and beyond. So if somebody did make a mistake or they didn't change their plan and they wanted to and they get sidetracked, this is an opportunity to give us a call.
Yeah.
And we can help fix that or alleviate that problem. There are options.
Yeah. How often, well, actually, what happens to get them on the wrong plan? What occurs? Do they just answer the phone and they got a telesales group call them? What happens to most people?
Well, I'll give you a good example. Obviously, we had to fix a couple of them during the annual election period. I had one of my clients call and she says, "Man, I need you to come see us." And she wouldn't tell me why. She said, "We need to look at my plan." I get over there and she came and sat on the couch next to me, which is a little bizarre. I'm like, she's usually over there. And she said, "I think I made a boo-boo." I said, at this point, I can guarantee you messed something up. What's going on? She says, "I signed up for this plan on the phone. I should have called you." And she says, "They said all my doctors in the network." So I start plugging all the doctors, and it was a limited network, one of the companies that we offer. And all our doctors were actually in the network. But guess what? None of the hospitals were. They didn't ask her about the hospitals.
Right.
And so she's like, "I can't go to this or that hospital." I said, "No, ma'am, this is affiliated with this one hospital, and that's it." And she's about started crying. She's like, "What can we do?" I said, "Well, you called me in time. I can fix it." And so I went ahead and put her back where she was on the correct plane. Sometimes things seem too good to be true, and sometimes they are. And these people that'll call you on the phone, some of them, they have no ethics. I'm just being transparent here. They don't care. They're looking for numbers.
Right.
They're just trying to sell people. You'll never be able to get a hold of them again. If you think you made an error, you can't get that person on the phone ever again to fix it for you. And that's one thing we have here. We're a local presence, and you can call us. We have offices and all that stuff here in the local towns. So if we mess something up, you can find us, and
Right.
we'll fix it. But these telesales, they kind of come in, swoop up what they can like hawks, really, and they're gone. They're out of here.
Well, I just want to clarify something because I don't want to feel like we're talking out of both sides of our mouth. We actually do telesales, but there's a difference. And you kind of alluded to that. Is that it depends on how you perceive what your ethics are in your business. I mean, everybody that calls us, even from the telesales side, they have our direct number. They can actually call us back and get the same person you were talking to. So we treat our telesales exactly as we treat somebody that walks in our office. There is no difference. And I think that's where it separates us from maybe the others, is that, a lot of the people that call on the, just the dial up call and get you on the phone, number one, they don't really know the area. And they don't really care. As long as they can create that sale and move on, that's what they're interested in. So I'm not bashing telesales at all, because we are part of that. But you can approach it differently. And the way we approach it, and we decided that, is that we're going to treat our telesales, clients just like we treat our walk-in clients, is that we thoroughly check their doctors, their hospitals, their meds. We spend time. I mean, I've seen our girl that does the telesales now. I mean, I've seen her on the phone for an hour and a half with somebody,
Right.
trying to make sure we got everything in place. So I think you can do it the right way, and we're doing everything we can to do it the right way. So again, I don't want to allude to the fact that that we don't like telesales because it's part of our business as well, but you can do it better.
Right.
And we do.
Well, it's all
we
about
do it
training.
better. Exactly.
And morals.
Yeah.
When we train somebody that's new to the business, we make sure they're following the rules, following the law, doing the right thing, and really checking all the boxes.
Yeah.
And, that differentiates what we do from some of these other companies that they hire anybody. Most of them aren't even in the country.
Yeah.
And they're doing these sales on the phone, and they don't know,
Well, I think part of it could be, production requirements. We don't put that on our people. We said take care of the client.
Right.
If it takes you an hour on the phone with them, spend an hour on the phone with them. Obviously we want to move on, but I think that you can approach it in a way that it becomes more of a personal sale, not just a telesales. So I think that's an important fact that we need to get out there, is that we do telesales, but we think we do it better.
Right.
And so I think that you can achieve the same results. So I think when somebody calls in and, whether it's, a client that we've had for a long time or a new client, they make mistakes. They answer the phone, they get swept up in the the shiny object, and they pick a plan, and then they realize they made a mistake, and they got to make that phone call to us. Because sometimes, we don't find out about it until after the fact, and they realize, oh, geez, I can't go to my hospital. I can't go to my doctor. I can't have this medication. So it's like we're the only call they can make, and we fix it. So I think that's why we hang on to people for a really long time in terms of clients, because they know that, number one, we're not going to be mad at them. We're just going to fix it and move on. So I think that's a good point. When we have these special election periods, obviously it was kind of some grace given to us this year that we don't normally have. And then there is a period after the first of the year where we can make some changes. So we just encourage everybody that we deal with that, hey, look, if you make a mistake and you find yourself on the wrong plan, do not hesitate to call us, because number one, we're not going to be mad about it. We're just going to fix it.
Right.
So I think that, that's an important fact that we need to get out there, especially since we just finished up our annual enrollment period, enrolled a lot of people, and there's going to be some people that maybe picked a plan that had second thoughts about it, so they can still call us and we can fix that. So we just want to get that message out. And
we do have one other enrollment period called OEP that's coming up. That starts January 1st to March 31st. And that's where you can change from a Medicare Advantage plan to a Medicare Advantage plan, or a Medicare Advantage plan to original Medicare with a drug plan. Right. So that's another 3 months. So, what we're saying here is you got options. We've got time. If you think you made a boo-boo, made an error, give us a holler. We can fix that for you. Yeah. No judgment here. We're here to help. Yeah. The bottom line is just call us. Let us tell you what we can do. That's right. All right. Thank you, John. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed our discussion today on Plus 65 Digital. Reach out to us at info@plus65advisors.com or give us a call at 225-408-4100. Make Plus 65 Advisors part of your Medicare process.